Okay? That's why some people come and say, if Allah gives me a son, I will sacrifice a goat. A goat, and say camel or something. And this is wrong. This should not be. You do not put conditions on Allah. The only time I will sacrifice for you is if you give me this. You don't put condition on Allah, and Allah doesn't need your sacrifice. And nothing reaches Allah from this, not blood, not hair, but the taqwa. So be aware of that. Some people, for example, they do ibadah, but their goal is like he'll walk to the masjid. He said, well, it's a walk, so I can lose some weight. But he said, I'm going to pray anyway, but let me walk so I can lose some weight. Your intention now contaminated, but he doesn't realize it. So be aware of that. قل حافظ ابن حجر فإن خالط نية الجهاد مثلا نية غير رياء مثل أخذ أجرة للخدمة أو أخذ شيء من الغنيمة أو التجارة نقص بذلك أجر جهادهم ولم يبطل بالكلية. So when the ibadah, the intention is Allah, and then other intentions come in and other interest, then inshallah the ajr will decrease eventually. You go to fight for the sake of Allah, but also one of your interests is to come back with some benefits, some ghanima. Then your intention goes lower in the reward. The third scenario, almost done inshallah. The third scenario, he said الحافظ ابن رجب ها هنا نكتة دقيقة وهي أن الإنسان قد يذم نفسه بين الناس يريد بذلك أن يري الناس أنه متواضع عند نفسه فيرتفع بذلك عندهم ويسقط من عين الله. Other scenario that some people might fall into, their intention, they do something good for Allah. People praise them, okay? So when people praise them, they want to, as I told you, don't get frown and don't get angry. Some people want to reject that. So he might belittle himself. They tell him, MashaAllah, you got knowledge. MashaAllah, after a lecture, great lecture, for example. So people come to him and say, MashaAllah, great lecture. So he will say, or MashaAllah, you got knowledge. He will say, I'm the most ignorant person in the world. And he's trying to, he doesn't want to fall in this. So as a result, people praise him even more. MashaAllah, also humble. So this opens the door for him to fall even deeper into the riyah. So be aware and do not belittle yourself. And Abu Bakr narrated from Abu Bakr, I think, that he said, when people praise you, you say, and I mentioned this before, Allahumma ja'alni khayran mimma yaqulun واغفر لي ما لا يعلمون ولا تؤاخذني واغفر لي ما لا يعلمون اللهم اجعلني خيرا مما يظنون واغفر لي ما لا يعلمون ولا تؤاخذني بما يقولون. Oh Allah, make me better than what they think, and excuse me for what they don't know. وَجَعَلْنِي خَيْرًا مِمَّا يَظُنُّونَ وَاغْفِرْ لِي مَا لَا and forgive me for what they don't know, and excuse me for what they say. Don't hold me accountable. They're praising me. It's not me who praise myself. So don't hold me accountable for them. Make me better than what they even think of me. And then forgive me for what they don't know about me. وَاللَّهِ لَوْ عَلِمُوا شو البيت قبيح سريرتي لا بالسلام علي من يلقاني. So that's something a lot of us might fall into, and that is belittling and vilifying themselves when people praise them, thinking that will put them in a safe spot with Al-Ikhlaas, and that is not the way. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يأتي أقوام يوم القيامة بأعمال مثل جبال تهامة بيضاء يجعلها الله هباء منثورا. That people come on the day of judgment with great actions, like the mountains, many actions. Allah turn it into dust, worthless dust, weightless dust. يجعلها الله هباء منثورا. قال الإمام أحمد إنه لا يحبط عمله ولكن ينقص أجره بقدر نقصان إخلاصه. Someone who started the action with ikhlas, and then on the way, during the action, his intention changed a little bit. In the beginning he wanted to do things for Allah, then later on he started people praising him. So Imam Ahmad, when he was asked about that, he said the change of the intention will not nullify all his deeds, and it will not discredit all his deed, but it will decrease as much as his intention or his ikhlas decrease. So that's why he needs always to keep in check his ikhlas and renew it and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him that ikhlas all the time. في الأثر من أصلح سريرته أصلح الله علانيته ومن أصلح ما بينه وبين الله عز وجل أصلح الله ما بينه وبين الناس ومن عمل لآخرته كفاه الله عز وجل أمر دنياه. It's been said that who perfect his inside, يعني he's sincere with his inside, Allah will make sincere his outside. And who relationship between him and Allah, Allah will perfect his relationship between him and other people. And whoever works for his akhirah, Allah will suffice him his dunya. قول ابن عيينة كان العلماء فيما مضى يكتب بعضهم إلى بعض بهؤلاء الكلمات. He said, so the ulama from before, when they used to advise each other, they will write these words to each other. يعني make sure your inside is clean, Allah will make sure your outside will stay clean. Okay? Make sure your relationship with Allah is good, Allah will make sure your relationship with people is good. Work for your akhirah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you the satisfaction in the dunya. قال عثمان ما أسر أحد سريرة إلا أظهر الله عز وجل على صفحات وجهه وفلتات لسانه. Uthman radiallahu anhu said, no one has something inside. No one have a secret or hide something inside. يعني animosity or whatever, but he shows something else on the outside. No one hides something inside, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reveal on his face and by the slips of his tongue. يعني eventually it's going to come out. Doesn't matter how much he tried to hide it, يعني he has grudge or hate or animosity or something, but in front of you is your body. But at one point he's going to slip, or at one point you can see the expression in his face and you will know it. وَمَنْ سَمَّعَ اللَّهُ بِهِ. قال سهل بن عبد الله ليس على النفس شيء أشق من الإخلاص لأنه ليس لها فيه نصيب. He said nothing is harder for the nafs to work on than al-ikhlas. Why? He said because the nafs has no share from it. يعني for example, if someone tells you come do something, come work, but he tells you we're not going to pay you, most probably you might go, يعني you're embarrassed, but you will not last. You work for an hour and then you leave. You work for a day and you leave. Why? Because you got no benefit. So he's saying the hardest thing on the nafs is al-ikhlas, because with al-ikhlas this nafs has no benefit, because everything for Allah. And remember, nafs try to take you down. So that's why it's so difficult. وقال ابن عيينة من دعاء المطرف ابن عبد الله اللهم إني أستغفرك مما زعمت أني أريد به وجهك فخالط قلبي منه ما قد علمت. يعني he used to make dua, oh Allah, I ask you forgiveness from anything that I claimed for your sake. Anything I did and I claimed it's for your sake, I ask you to forgive me for that. Because he knows that the intention was something very, very hard. محمد بن المنكدر كان يقول كابدت نفسي 40 سنة حتى استقامت على طاعة الله. One of the ulama, he said, I struggled with myself for 40 years until it was straight in on the obedience of Allah. 40 years he had to suffer to develop that ikhlas. وهذا أيوب السختياني كان يقوم الليل كله فإذا جاء الصباح رفع صوته كأنه قد استيقظ من حينه. يعني he used to make qiyam the whole night. So when the morning comes and people start waking up, he will pretend like, as if he just woke up. But he was praying the whole night, pretending that he just woke up so people won't know that. And him, Abu Ayyub Sikhyani, إذا حدث بحديث النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يشتد عليه البكاء وهو في حلقته فكان يشد العمامة على عينه ويقول ما أشد الزكام ما أشد الزكام. يعني when he used to hear the Ayyub Sikhyani, one of the zuhad, the ulama, when he used to the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that would make him cry. So he will go and he'll get his amama and wrap it around his forehead, and he will start saying, oh, I have cold, I have cold. But he's crying because of what he heard. But he doesn't want people to think he's crying for that. He will pretend that he's